Hey everybody, it's me, Nicole Rivera, and I believe we're in week 28 now of the year. It is like the second week of July. July 10th is where we're at. It's July 10th in 2020, and every single week I've been coming here to share my favorite writing prompts with you and with me so that we can write 52 short stories in 52 weeks. And so far I've been doing okay, and I hope you are too. So, this week I have a new sort of tool that I've had around. I found this in my local Barnes & Noble. As you can hear, it's a box full of goodies. It's called the Writer's Boot Camp, and it's one of these writing boxes that comes with a whole bunch of stuff inside, and it's by Rachel Federman. And what you get inside is a book filled with a whole bunch of activities and instructions and motivations, because basically what this is a kit for like a 30-day program that you put yourself through to just sort of get your writing back in gear. So what's also included are these different stacks of cards, and we have one stack that might be I'm reading it, so that's why it says might, that is more about getting your brain juices going, as what adventure might today bring. Brainstorm possible titles for your autobiography. So a lot of like personal type questions, and they all have times on the bottom, like how long you should spend on each of these questions. And of course, as you work through the book, you would do these. Oh, it also has this cute little writer at work, do not disturb. You sort of like fold it over and tent it on your desk. I like that. And then there are a whole bunch of another deck of cards, similarly having the timestamps on them for various writing prompts, and that's what I'm going to use today. I'm going to pull one of these. They're called the creativity drill cards, and what Rachel writes here, this is her whole instructions about the creativity drill cards. These creativity drill cards can be used to get you warmed up or during a writing project, whenever you want to mix things up. Some are designed as straightforward prompts, while others ask you to think about yourself as a writer, building on your work throughout the rest of the book camp program. Shuffle and pick a card at random or flip through to find one that feels right. You may find you get intriguing material by answering a prompt that doesn't immediately call out to you. So yeah, I mean, I feel the same way with prompts. You don't always want to just look for the one that feels right. Sometimes you just want to challenge yourself to whatever pops up, because you never know. Sometimes setting yourself up in that situation is what's going to pull out like the coolest story or some really creative thing that you hadn't thought of before. So I am going to look for something that is more fiction driven and not. I had one set aside. I lost my card. Oh, I like this one. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this one. So this is a 15-minute card, but of course I want you to just spend your time writing a story. This says write a scene, but I think we should write a story, a complete story from first person point of view, using your first line. These are not normal people. So first person point of view, write a story, and your first line is, these are not normal people. I really like this box. Like I said, I haven't gone through the 30 days and gone beginning to end, but these cards alone are really quite wonderful. So I highly recommend grabbing it. I don't know if Rachel has this in some other form. Maybe we can search out Rachel Federman and see if she has either just a separate prompt book or something else going on. But I'll take a look to see what links I can find for Rachel and put them in the doobly-doo if I find anything other than the boot camp. But I will definitely link to the boot camp for you. And yeah, so these are not normal people, first person point of view. That's your story. Good luck with it. And remember, anytime you write a story, if you share it online, if there's someplace that we can read it, please do us a favor and put it in the comments so that we can see what you got out of this week's prompt. Otherwise, happy writing. Have a great weekend and a great rest of the week. If you have been tuning into the Stop Writing Alone podcast, you've already heard, but this week I got to interview an old friend of mine, Michael Schwartz, who's a singer-songwriter, but he's taken a little trip to get there. He actually worked in intelligence for 2 decades. When I knew him, when we met in college, he was deeply into physics, as I was deeply into math. And so we talked about all these things. We talked about how he got into writing, how he's been writing through it all, writing professionally and now writing for himself and for his listeners now, and how he has a coaching business to help people make transitions from, when it's time to make that change like he did from his career. So it was a really great conversation, and I had a lot of fun talking to Mike. And then at the end of the episode, he treated us to the first single off of his second album. So there's even a little bit of music in this week's episode of Stop Writing Alone, so you can listen to it right here on YouTube, otherwise wherever you listen to podcasts. And so that is what's going on there. So I think that's it. I want you to have fun writing. I love the idea of writing about not normal people. This could go in so many different ways. Have fun with it. Can't wait to see what you get. Have a great week. Bye-bye.